Some experts say locking someone away simply for possessing or using small amounts of illegal drugs wastes taxpayer money and does not give offenders the help they need to get clean. So they keep getting arrested.
As for the scope of the problem, here are some numbers to consider. In 2018, there were more than 1.6 million drug arrests nationwide. 86% of those arrests were for simple drug possession, not trafficking, just simple possession. Last November, Oregon became the first and so far only state to decriminalize drug possession. Instead, offenders there are pushed into treatment programs. The question now being posed to legislators is, should Maine follow Oregon's lead? Here's News Center Maine's Don Carrigan.
For over 50 years, this country has waged a war on drugs that has not worked.
Representative Ann Perry says as a nurse practitioner, she has seen plenty of the drug war. So along with doctors and some drug recovery workers, Perry is saying the state needs to change the battlefield by eliminating criminal penalties for simple drug possession.
In 2018, over 1,700 people were arrested for simple drug possession when they should have been offered access to treatment and recovery support services, because that is what we know works.
Perry's bill would end those penalties for possession of illegal drugs for personal use. It would instead be a civil violation with the choice of a $100 fine or a drug assessment from an addiction expert. A door, says Perry, to get people into treatment.
They are actually having interaction with a treatment provider, of a counselor of some ways, so that they know there's somebody out there who understands what they're dealing with and has an option for treatment.
Law enforcement, including the Mills administration, is opposed. The director of the Maine DEA testifying decriminalization of these drugs sends a mixed message that fails to recognize how dangerous these drugs are and normalizes their possession. And Cumberland County DA Jonathan Sarbeck said that while he understands the arguments against jail, arrest can sometimes save lives.
Unfortunately, with opioids and fentanyl and methamphetamines, they're so powerful and people are suffering so much from substance use disorder when they're using these substances that oftentimes the criminal justice system is that thing that triggers somebody getting into recovery.
Perry said her bill may need changes and maybe more detail on drug quantities, among other things. The lawmakers will have only a few weeks to decide if decriminalizing possession is the solution Maine needs. Don Carrigan, News Center, Maine.
And the Criminal Justice Committee will now have to decide what to do with the proposal, either vote for or against it, or study the idea and bring it up again next year.